That's actually the sign for the emergency cord in the train. Stop it dead off. £2, 10 shillings fine for improper use.
Well, what counts as proper use?
You know, being murdered, more or less.
Oh.
You know, there was this old woman once, and somebody kidded her on that the emergency cord was actually a refreshment room bell. So she got up, she pulled the cord, the train stopped, the guard rushed in, and she said, "Oh, there you are. I'll have a glass of stout and a pork pie, please."
Why do all the trains have numbers on the front?
That's so we'll know which one's which. I actually knew a young gent once that took down all the numbers of all the trains he ever saw, and he wrote them in a notebook.
Why did he do that?
Nobody knows.
So the old lady pulled the little handle thing and said to the train driver, or the guard, or whoever the man was, "Oh, I've missed out a bit." Anyway, it was very funny.
I've been meaning to ask you, when you go down to the station, you won't walk on the line, will you?
Well, didn't you ever walk on the railway lines when you were little?
Yes. Very well, then. But be careful. Imagine how I'd feel if you got hurt. You know how much I love you all.
How long can you remember someone you really love, even if you're desperate to, if you don't see them or hear their voice?
Forever, my love. Forever.
What's going to happen to us?
Your mother has influenza. I'm sure she'll be all right, but we're going to have to look after her carefully. You look rather solemn. I think you should be head nurse.
Yes.
I'll send down some medicine. Keep up a good fire. Have some strong beef tea made for when her fever goes down. She can have grapes now and beef essence, soda water and milk, and a bottle of the best brandy. I'll write it down.
I can't afford all this rubbish.
But, Mother, you need all these things.
Ask Mrs. Viney to boil up a scrag end of mutton for your supper tomorrow night. I'll have the broth.
We've got the shilling for the mutton.
We don't need that. All we need is bread and water. People have lived on less than desert islands.
That's true. So Mrs. Viney can spend the shilling on Mother's brandy and beef tea.
How are we going to buy all the other things?
I don't know.
Well, we've got to get Mother better.
so sorry to disturb you on your train. We feel we know you a little from waving so often. Please, take this.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
Dear Mister, we do not know your name. Mother is ill and the doctor says to give her the things at the end of this letter. But she says we can't afford it and to get mutton for us and she will have the broth. We do not know anybody here but you because Father is away and we do not know the address. Father will pay you. Or if he has lost all his money or anything, Peter will pay you when he is a man.
Old gentleman asked me to fetch this up right away.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Cuthbertson.
Oh, I've carried a few hampers in my time. Especially during the hamper season. The worst thing I've ever had to carry was a fish tank with the water still in it. If anybody ever asks you to carry a fish tank with the water still in it, just say to them, say... Well, you can say anything you like because nobody's listening.
I'm very sorry, but I don't have tuppence to give you like Father does.
Just drop that right now, young man. I just wanted to say I was sorry to hear your mother wasn't working. And to bring her some sweetbriar, because it smells so nice. Not looking for any tuppences.
I beg your pardon.
Right, well, no offence. Tuppence for Kiddywinks, indeed.
Dear Roberta and Phyllis and Peter, here are the things you want. Your mother will want to know where they came from.
2 chickens.
Tell her they were sent by a friend who heard she was ill. When she is well again, you must tell her about it, of course.
Eau de Cologne.
Eau de Cologne, silly.
It's for dabbing on in places you think you're going to be kissed.
You must never, never, never ask strangers to give us things. Is that clear? It's not right to go telling everyone about our affairs.
Why?
There are lots of bills coming in, you said. I know there's a doctor.
I know we're poor, but we've got enough to live on. Now, I'm going to write your old gentleman, thanking him, but telling him I don't approve of what you did.
I still think we were right to ask, because otherwise...
No, Peter. There are some things that people like us just don't do, no matter what. Now, we won't talk about it anymore.
Because it can strike at any moment, illness. That's the frightening thing. One minute you're standing up, the next minute you're lying down.
Mrs. Viney?
From standing up to lying down in as little as a minute. Another doctor. He'll be expensive. I should know. I've been under him several times. Very warm hands.
You're throwing it all wonkily. You do it then. I can't bat and bowl. Oh, I want a brother.
So, nobody's ill?
No.
Good. Makes a change. I get a lot of illness. Blurt it all out, then. What's the trouble?
It's rather hard to just blurt it out because of what Mother said.
What did Mother say?
That I wasn't to go telling everyone we were poor. But you're not everyone, are you?
Not at all.
Well, I know from Mrs. Viney that doctors are expensive. And you're a good doctor, so you must be very expensive.
You might think so, mightn't you?
So I asked her how she could afford you, because I know she's much poorer than we are. I've been in her house.
Ah.
She said her doctoring only cost her twopence a week because she belonged to a club. And I don't want Mother to be anxious, and I thought I'd ask you, can we be in the club too? You're not cross with me, are you? You're probably not very wealthy either.
How could I be cross? You're very sensible. I'll make it all right with your mother. Now, don't you worry, or you'll make yourself ill. Then I'll have to send you a bill as long as that railway line.
Shall we wave at the people in the boat? Like we wave at the old gentleman?
The problem is, we'd wave, and we'd still all be there, watching each other.
You really think you'll catch something?
Yes.
Yeah. You haven't even got a hook, Phil.
Well, I don't want to hurt the fish.
Come on, we should go and meet Mother off the train.
Hello, excuse me. What's the time? And I dropped my watch in the water butt, and it doesn't...
Mind your own business. Posh bloody kids.
Stuck up.
Ow! Hey!
Why did you say that? That's horrible. We're just normal children. We're not posh. I repaired this dress 100 times. And even if we were posh, we'd still care about you and not despise you just because you were poorer than us.
Right. Next time, they'll be sorry. Perhaps we should stick to the railway.
Tickets, please. You. Kids.
Can you see Mother yet?
Kids.
No, it's not her train. Something's happening.
Now then, step aside. I'll attend to this if you please.
Well, what's the trouble?
Я заплатил за свой билет. Но это, вероятно, я потерял.
Nope, don't understand a word.
Mother knows languages. She'll be on the next train from Maybridge.
This way? If you please.
Well, he's got no tickets and no visible means of support. I'm not sure I shouldn't send for the police.
No!
Нет, нет. Для полиции здесь нет никакой нужды. Je suis honnête. Умоляю вас.
Are you Welsh? Look, we'll show him these foreign stamps, and he can tell us if he recognises his country. Norwegian. That's a nice one.
No, he's not Norwegian. He'd be wearing one of them thick jumpers if he was Norwegian.
Смотрите, вот, русская. Я родом оттуда. Это моя родина.
Oh, he's Russian.
Mais je parle français aussi.
You can stay at our house.
Uzewód très gentil. Spasibo.
Oh, bon voyage.
He's worn out, body and soul. He should go straight to bed and must be kept warm.
Thank you.
Здравствуйте. That means hello in Russian. Perhaps goodbye.
I think he might need to join your club. He's got nothing. I saw him crying. Please don't. You wouldn't smile if you'd seen him. I've never seen a man cry before.
I'm sorry.
I must find you some clothes.
Mother, why hasn't Father taken his clothes? Daddy isn't... He isn't dead, is he?
Oh, darling Bobbie. No, of course not. Daddy is quite well when I heard from him last. And he'll come back to us someday.
Tell me about the Russian man.
He's a writer. He wrote about how to make conditions better for the poor in his country. The Tsar sent him away to a cruel and harsh prison for life.
How did he get away?
He escaped. He heard that his wife and family had fled and come to this country.
Does he know where?
No. He has to find them. My love, when you say your prayers, ask God to take pity on all prisoners and captives.
Prisoners and captives?
But if you have your cake, of course you can eat it.
Yes, but the point is, once you've had it, you can't eat it again.
I know.
So it should be. You can't eat your cake and still have it.
Unless you only eat half.
I hate Mr. Shapansky having to wear Daddy's clothes.
Yes, so does Mother. I can see it in her eyes.
What's that noise?
That tree over there.
It's moving.
It's magic. I don't like it anymore. Let's go home.
That'll take some clearing up.
It's right across the line.
The 11:29 down hasn't gone by yet. We must let them know at the station or there'll be a terrible accident.
Run!
Wait! Come back! There's no time!
We should wave at the train to stop it.
They'll just think it's us waving as we usually do. We need something red.
Let's take them off. It doesn't matter, Phil. If we can't stop the train, there'll be a real accident with people smashed up and killed.
Sticks! We need sticks to put the flags on! the train gets round the corner, step back, but keep on waving.
They can't see us, it won't work. It's no good. Keep off the line. Stop! Stop! Please, stop!
Wake up, Bobbie! Bobbie! Speak to me, Bobbie!
Good morning.
Good morning.
You sleep?
Yes, thank you. Like a log.
This blackberry.
Thank you.
Be better.
Thank you.
Listen, we got a letter! When a small presentation will be made to you on behalf of the Great Northern and Southern Railway.
In commemoration of your prompt and courageous action in warning the train. Thus
averting what must, humanly speaking, have been a terrible accident.
Does this mean we get a present?
Not that it's important.
And so today we pay tribute to Roberta, Peter and Phyllis for displaying great bravery and presence of mind.
Yeah.
Make a speech and thank everyone. Begin, ladies and gentlemen. Nice and loud now, you can't be too loud.
Ladies and gentlemen!
Too loud.
This is awfully good of you. We don't deserve the watches, because what we did wasn't anything, really. It's just... I mean, it was terribly exciting. So thank you all very, very, very much.
We meet properly at last.
Yes.
As a director of the railway, permit me to say bravo.
Thank you. Would you think it terribly rude if I have a favour to ask?
Excuse me, sir. Photographs?
Of course.
Afternoon tea.
Very handsome. Oh, well, this is very thoughtful of you.
I had an accident with the lemonade.
A cup and a plate might be nice.
Perks always drinks it out of the can.
Yes. Well, in a minute I want to hear all about you, but what was that favour you wanted?
Do you know anything about Russia?
Russia?
Anybody want to know the time?
No, thank you.
3:18. This is a bit like the Victoria Cross, really, isn't it? When I'm very old, I shall show it to my grandchildren.
You have to be married to have grandchildren.
I suppose I'll have to get married someday. I'd like to marry a lady who had trances and only woke up once or twice a year.
When I get married, I want him to be awake all the time to tell me how nice I am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Parks.
Don't mention it. Always a pleasure to carry a director of the railway, if that doesn't sound too oily.
No. Most gracious. Good news.
You found Mr. Szczepanski's wife and children.
And I couldn't resist the pleasure of coming to tell him myself. Oh, well, on second thoughts, you run ahead and tell him. These two will look after me.
Come with us.
Thank you. Yeah, I must say, I think everything's worked out very well, hasn't it?
Come on, Perky, you must come too.
Don't call me Perky.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. You want to know.
This is another one of the letters that I wrote.
We know where your wife and children are.
Oh.
Храни вас Бог. Я наставил, что вы приехали и посетили мою семью. Я очень счастлив в Англии. До свидания.
I don't know how to thank you for everything. It's been a real pleasure to meet you. I'm afraid we live rather simply, in reduced circumstances. I'm so sorry. I can't ask you to come and see us again.
I consider myself fortunate indeed to have been received once at your house.
I'm sorry I must seem so surly and ungrateful.
You could never seem anything most gracious and charming.
До свидания. До свидания.
Pax!
Hey, thank you. Goodbye.
Oh, please, no. The wife can get very jealous. It can actually turn quite ugly, you know. Walk on.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, bye.
Bye. I wonder if Daddy will be that excited when he comes home to us.
You look tired, Mummy. Lean on me.
No, it's my place to give Mother my arm. Now Father's not here, I'm the head of the family.